Hey guys. Yes, I have on a shower cap. Don't judge me. Don't do it. Okay. Y'all have no idea how many times I recorded this video. I'm learning to just post the first video. Well, lesson learned, let me say that. But anyway, I had an experience today. Y'all, I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start with this. Apply yourself. So, at a certain point, I was one of those people that was like, oh, um, I dealing with the outside world and going to work messes with my mental health and blah blah blah. I know who I am and um, my mental health this, my mental health that, blah blah blah. I was talking to a woman in a laundromat. That's who I said that to. We was talking about work, and she said, "You have to apply yourself like you're young. There's so many things you can get into, and the easiest one to get into is literally something that I've been avoiding." And when I explained to her, I care about my mental health, she was like, oh, okay, that makes sense and take your time. At the same time, though, there is a certain place I want to be. Financially, there's a certain place I want to be. And I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. At first, it was, I want to make sure I find something that fits me. Something that I can just wake up to and I'm just excited. For some people, that exists. I mean, it can exist for anybody, but everybody's journey to that is different. Some people know off rip what will get them out the bed, and some people don't. So for me, I'm one of those people who don't really know. Well, my human mind doesn't know. So I realized that I did have a lot of excuses because I was avoiding. I wanted to control my environment to the point where it stifled my growth. Sometimes I feel like we just gotta say fuck it and do it even though it makes us feel uncomfortable or we don't like it. You know, your journey isn't always gonna be comfortable. And I'm sure everybody knows that shit. Like, everybody talks about it. But it's different when it makes sense to you. It hit differently for me because I feel like life has been telling me it's telling me that this whole time to apply myself, because I've been too lenient with myself. It's like, how can you complain that you don't have X, Y, and Z, but you're not willing to do what you have to do to obtain X, Y, and Z? That don't make sense. What are you afraid of? What are you avoiding? And I was avoiding being triggered by people. I was avoiding being uncomfortable. Sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable. We can't always feel good. That's why I'm learning that we gotta, well, not we, I'm learning I have to learn how to maintain my vision and learn how to be stable in myself. So when things do happen outside of myself, it doesn't um, show that I'm bothered, you know? But I also know that I'm expressive. And I have to be able to balance. I'm not sure if y'all heard that, but that was a bike. Anyway, I have to learn how to do this. I have to learn how to balance my expressive self and maintain a composure, especially when you're working, depending on the field that you're in. You have to maintain a certain persona, you have to maintain a certain level of professionalism. Something else I wanted to talk about. I don't know about everybody else, but I realized that God speaks through people. And today he spoke through that lady, or I don't mean to put gender on God, but it's a habit. God spoke through that lady today at the laundromat. You have to apply yourself, especially when you want to do something, you want to get somewhere, you want to invest in yourself. You got to apply. You got to get rid of the excuses, because excuses, it's only going to cripple you. It's only going to prevent you from moving forward. And sometimes moving forward may not be feasible, may not feel good. Again, like I said before, you just gotta fucking do it. And then for some reason something else popped in my head. Everything isn't what it seems. People are in their own worlds, in their own realities, dealing with their own egos. And we can't take everything personally when we're out in the world socializing. We just can't. I know it's hard. It's only hard because we're self-consumed. It's only hard because we think of ourselves all the time. Sometimes it don't even be about you. Most times it don't be about you. Some people act as they do because it's a part of their character. You can't change somebody's character. They are who they are. You gotta allow them to be that. Last point. Well, I think they fall under the same category, but let me just talk. Anyway, there was also another lady in a laundromat, and she was an older woman, so she really couldn't move a lot. So I decided to help her with her laundry. And the same woman that I just spoke to you about the first time, when she told me to apply myself, she was still around when I was helping this other woman. And she said, she told the other lady, God sent you an angel. And I just stood there when she said it, and I just smiled, just helping her, because this woman couldn't move. Couldn't move. And she said, normally when you come to this laundromat, people are rushing you. It's packed, and People got bad attitudes. People are mean. I said, you have to be the change you want to see. She said, yeah. And then this goes back to when I said how sometimes we try to avoid people and environments because we don't want to be triggered or we just don't want to deal. But you have to be that person that changes the atmosphere. You got to stand in the gap in order for you to be able to deal with where you're at. And that's not to say, not to have boundaries. Of course, have your boundaries. But do not add to the chaos that's already surrounding you. Don't add to the meanness that's already surrounding you wherever you are. Be opposite of that. But don't be nice. Like, people take advantage of nice people. Be kind. Help out. But also know when to say no. You don't have to do everything. Understand? There are nice people. The world is beautiful. People love to talk. People are social people. People are social people. You get what I mean? So don't think that, everyone is just mean and you just be like, ugh, society. I know sometimes I have my moments where I'll be like, ugh. But today it was like, oh, maybe not. But that's only because I had to put myself in the vortex of what I wanted to experience. If you want to experience kindness, you have to be kind. If you want help, you have to be helpful. You give, you receive, and it may look different. It may not be money. It may be information or, I don't know, some other shit. But, yeah, like, that's what low-key happened today with me. I helped that woman out, and then I got paid with wisdom. Because she didn't have to tell me that. If I was to myself, she wouldn't have told me that I have to apply myself. She wouldn't have told me that she loved money. I do too. And at the same time, I want a balance. But then I also know that in order for me to get to that place that will allow me to have a certain level of mental peace and environmental peace, I have to go through the muck for me to get to there. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, that's just the world. You gotta go through the muck to get through a different get through to get to a different place. Like, just an example. It may not apply to everybody, but you get the concept. For example, you're in technology. You may have to start, well, you want to be a programmer or software engineer, however that goes. But in order for you to get experience, you got to start at being a tech support, IT desk, then people. You may have to start there, or you may have to start at Apple, being a customer service rep, but you just work in the technology department. And then you gain your experience. Someone recommends you for a higher position, or you find a higher position, or life just brings you because you're in the vortex already. You can't, and this is from personal experience. No, let me just say this. At one point, I thought that what I wanted was just going to fall in my lap. No, that's not how life works. That's not how the vortex works. That's not how God works. That's not how energy works. Like how money is an energy, you have to get to the current. Get into the current. You can't expect that bitch to come to you all the time. It don't work like that. Some people, maybe, but that's their life. Doesn't apply to everybody. But for those of us who have to meet money where it is, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, that's another thing. So this is my last point for real. So the first woman I told you about, when she was like, apply yourself, she also brought up not to tell your business because people can block you. For example, you may tell somebody what you want to do and they may be afraid of it, so they'll tell you their experience. They'll be like, oh, I don't know about that, because they're afraid of it, so they project their insecurities and their fears onto you. But you're a different person. Their experience is their experience, not yours. So she said, just do it. Whatever you want to do, however you want to get your bread, just do it. Don't tell nobody. So keep your fucking mouth shut. Don't say shit. Mind, don't just, when they see it when you pop out. They see it when you're on your way to work. They see it when you, I don't know, when you get something. I don't know. But that's when the announcement is made. Just do your shit and keep your fucking mouth closed. And that's a little challenging for me because I like to spread good news. But then now reality is saying that you can't do that. It's beautiful. It's pure that you want to do that. Because I want people to do that with me. Like something could happen to you, tell me so I could celebrate you. But everybody's not like that. And then some people aren't. Some people don't have that consciousness yet to say, okay, I did this and it didn't work out for me, but that does not mean it's not going to work out for them, so let me shut up. Everybody isn't there yet. And sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't know the spirit you're talking to until they reveal themselves. Ground yourself. Whatever you decide to do, ground yourself and don't give up. You have to keep going. You have to. And I'm talking to myself too. You have to keep going. But I believe that's all I have. So wow, it's still recording and I hit stop. Until next time.